What's good? This is Trey, and in this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to start a conversation with a beautiful woman. All right, so first thing you got to understand is you have two ways you can approach a woman. You can approach her in a direct manner where you basically let her know you're interested in her right off the bat, or you can approach her in an indirect manner where instead of talking about how you're interested in her, you talk about a topic you're interested in, like a place you want to go, or you maybe want her opinion on something, or you need directions, or you something in the environment, maybe like some situation going on or whatever, right? But the truth is, if you you know what I mean, if you want the easiest way to have a conversation with a woman, you know, you got to look at what you did before that conversation happens, right? So it's more about what you did leading up to the conversation, or more so specifically, how you feel, your vibe and your state of mind, because your vibe and your state of mind will determine how easy the conversation is going to be, you know, because the woman is going to respond to your vibe and your state of mind, right? Now, don't get it twisted. Everything counts, right? So the way you look counts, the way you sound counts, all of that counts. But what I'm saying is your state of mind and your vibe is more important than everything. Because if your state of mind and your vibe is on point, she won't notice those other things as much, right? She won't notice the way you look as much. She won't notice what you're saying as much. She is more focused on how you make her feel in that interaction, right? So if you are feeling really good and you are in the right state of mind, I'm gonna show you how to get to this point, but you're in the right state of mind, and basically you're in a giving state of mind. You have a giving vibe. It's basically where you have a giving vibe and a taking vibe. A taking vibe is when you're communicating to someone and you're trying to feel good through that person. Whereas a giving vibe is more so you already feel good, you're already in a good place, and you actually want to spread that vibe with that person, right? It's like you want to give good vibes to that person, and you're doing it through your communication. So if you want to have an easy conversation with a woman, you have to be in a giving vibe. You have to be in a carefree vibe where basically you're detached from the outcome. You don't really care. Like you do, obviously you want to, if you think the woman is attractive, obviously you want it to like work out. You want her to be interested and you want her to like you. But you're okay with her not being interested in you, or her not being okay with your advances, because you're in a good vibe. You're just happy to be alive. You feel me? You're just happy to be alive. You're just happy to be able to communicate. You're happy to be able to see a woman you find attractive and actually say something instead of walking past and making an excuse. So, yeah, it starts with your vibe. So basically, let me kind of give you some steps on how you can get into a good vibe. You want to spend your day as much as possible. And sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice in order to get to this point. But basically, you want to spend most of your day doing things that you want to do, right? If you want to be in a good state of mind, if you want to be in a good vibe, you have to spend most of your day doing things that you want to do. Now, a lot of people are not able to do this because this is something this is a condition you have to create, right? And you create it by maybe you just find a job that you enjoy, right? Because most of your time is going into your job, right? Your occupation, the way you make money. So you find something that you actually enjoy doing. So most of the time you're in a good vibe, right? If you have a job that you hate, wherever you're spending most of your time, if you hate being there, you're not gonna be in a real powerful vibe, right? Because you want a vibe that can like pierce through other people's vibes, right? Because if you got a weak vibe, somebody can just crush your vibe easily, right? You don't want a weak vibe. You want a strong, powerful vibe. So you have to spend most of your day in good vibes. That means doing shit you want to do. That means having fun. That means having a good time. So, um, so that's what you want to focus on. It's not so much about what you say. It's not so much about having a clever pickup line. It's about how you feel when you get in the interaction. And it's not about how she makes you feel. Because if you go in an interaction hoping she makes you feel a certain way, you're playing a losing game. You have to create your vibe, create your feeling, and then bring that to the interaction. And you hold the frame when you're communicating to her. You're not submitting to her vibe, right? Ideally, what you want is you want to have a good vibe. You approach her, and ideally, she may have a good vibe too. But sometimes she may not have a good vibe. So your vibe has to be powerful enough to override whatever she's gonna say to you or whatever energy she's gonna throw at you, right? So part of that, like I said, is enjoying your, living a day that you enjoy living, right? Doing shit that you like to do. And if you're not in that condition, start creating that condition. Put a plan together. How can I create a lifestyle where I actually enjoy my days? Because if you don't enjoy your days, your vibe is gonna be whack, right? So that's one of them. The next thing is you have to become a kind of man that can handle challenges, right? That can handle, if a woman's gonna say some shit to test you, because she will test you, because she's trying to see, she's comparing you to the other suitors, other men that are interested in her. So she has to test you to see, your character, to see if you're a cool dude, to see if you are a man, to see if you can handle her, right? Because if you can't handle her, you can't be her man, right? You can be her, you can be a boy, you can be kind of her man, but you can't really be her man if you can't handle her shit. If she can test you and you break, then you don't fit the criteria. So it's like you have to actually live a life where you're being challenged. You have to go and talk to different women. You have to get out there and live, go on dates, approach women and get rejected sometimes so you can feel what that feels like. So when it happens, it doesn't ruin your whole day. You know what I mean? A lot of guys, if they go and they talk to one woman and get rejected, their whole day is ruined. And if a woman can do that, you got to think about that. If a woman could ruin your day by saying no, like that, what is that? Like what kind of man is that? Is that a man, is that a man you would look up to? Like, oh yeah, a girl said no to him and his whole day was ruined. No. So basically you have to be on point mentally, your state of mind. You have to know the basics too. Like you gotta know, let me look presentable. Let me look as presentable as I can. Let me work on my communication. Let me work on my social skills. Let me actually have some hobbies and stuff to talk about. Like that should be obvious. But what I'm saying is more powerful than all of that is your state of mind and your vibe, right? Because a lot of what's going on through communication is just energy exchange. You know what I mean? It's energy. It's energy, and people want good energy. They want to feel good. They want good emotions, right? So you want to be able to create good emotions in people. You want to be in a good mood, right? Because you want a good mood, a good vibe is contagious, right? Because people want to feel good, but it has to be strong. It has to be powerful. It can't be weak, right? You can't go up to her smiling and then she gives you a look and then you all of a sudden you're down, right? That's weak, right? You're not gonna influence, you're not gonna affect nobody like that. But if you can go up to her smiling and no matter what she says or does, you're always gonna be smiling, that's a whole different vibe, you feel me? That's strength, that's power, right? But that's earned. You earn that through experiences, through talking to different women, through you know what I mean? Through understanding, through reading, through understanding female psychology, through understanding style, understanding social dynamics and shit like that. You got to understand the different parts of life so you can play the game properly, right? You don't want to be lacking in areas. You want to be on point in every area, right? At least be solid in every area, but you got to have certain areas where you're above average, because it is a competition, right? When you go and communicate to a woman, she subconsciously is comparing that interaction to all the interactions she has had with different men, right? And she's quickly gonna put you in a category that you deserve to be in. So if you come off and you mediocre and you're average, she's gonna put you in that category and you're gonna get that response, right? If you walk up and you're different, but you're weird, she's gonna see, nah, he's weird. But if you're different and you can hold your frame and you can make her feel good, you can make her laugh or make her just brighten up her day or some shit, then she'll be like, you know what? You know, maybe this guy's different, you know? Maybe there's something to him, you know what I mean? Maybe we should go on a date, or maybe I should stay in contact with him, you feel me? And if you really blow her away, then it's not a maybe at that point. It's of course. Like, it's of course I have, we have to link up. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited, right? Because you really spiked her emotions. You really made her feel good. You really made her day, right? So I hope that made sense. Like, if you want the conversation with a woman to be easier, it's up to you to make sure before you walk up to her, you're already in a good vibe. So it's almost like what she says or does is not even really gonna matter. It's really just gonna come down to compliance. Like, if she's not gonna comply with your vibe and she's not interested, then you just end the conversation and that's it. And it's no big deal. You can go talk to somebody else, or you just continue to enjoy your vibe. Go back and do the things you love to do. You just was checking to see, okay, she's beautiful. Let me see if she could be a part of my life. Let me see if she could match my vibe. If she can't match your vibe, then it's no point in even dealing with her. Because if she's beautiful, but you can't have a good time with her, or you guys are going to be arguing, what's the point? You feel me? So you just want to see if she can match your vibe, right? So I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.